Hi everyone, I'm Needlecraft Annie. This is Flosstube number 90, and not a whole lot of stitching this time. I actually only stitched on 3 projects, which is super rare for me. I normally stitch way more and actually quite a bit. I always have great progress during the week, most weeks. This week, just no progress. I tell you why. So first we will start with the life update before we go to the whip update. My grandpa celebrated his 89th birthday on Saturday. He had his birthday on Thursday, and with the things I had to do still up here, I knew I would be driving down late Friday, probably during the night, and be there on Saturday when he celebrates with the whole family. That's what I told him, and that was my plan. I had quite a few things to do on Thursday and Friday, and then all of that got moved into this week and not happening Thursday and Friday. The TH is not super easy for me. So I knew I did not have anything to do on Thursday and Friday, and spontaneously decided, well, I can drive to my family on Wednesday evening through the night and be there on Thursday. Wow, that word is not great today. On my grandpa's actual birthday, and be there as a surprise, and that being his birthday gift because I did not have anything else. I'm a really good granddaughter. Yeah. So I decided to do that. Monday and Tuesday were super hot days once again, so I knew that there was not going to be a whole lot of stitching, and there wasn't. But I had to plan to stitch on Wednesday to Friday. Stitch quite a bit before I drive then to my family. Normally it's around a 6-hour drive. It was raining a lot. There were a lot of thunderstorms in Germany over the weekend. So on my way down, I actually needed 7.5 hours. On my way up, I needed 8.5. So yeah, not super great. But I managed. My grandpa was super happy. First of all, to see me, of course, as a surprise on his birthday. And of course, then on Saturday to actually celebrate with the whole family. I think we were 12 people, which is the most we were since basically 1.5 years ago. They're all already vaccinated twice, except for me and my cousin. All of the rest was vaccinated, so it was super safe with us 12 people, although we were 12 people. Yeah, it was my grandpa's birthday wish to everyone be there, because he's kind of worried he will not make it to his next birthday. I don't think that's true. But yeah, he had some health issues over the last, basically months. So for him, it was his wish for everyone to be there. And of course, I made his wish come true and drove down there. I love my grandpa very much, and I just had to be there. If he says he wants everyone to be there, I had to be there. So yeah, I did that, and I drove down there. I took all my projects with me, every project in my rotation, and basically while down there, I stitched on 2 pieces because I just did not have the time for anything else. I normally see my parents 5 times a year, my grandparents even less, normally around 3 times a year. So whenever I'm down there and actually see them, I want to actually spend time with them and not sit there and stitch. You can talk while stitching, but especially with my grandpa, his hearing is not good. So I have to actually concentrate to bring my point across. And then I have to actually concentrate to understand what he's saying because, he's not the clearest in his pronunciation. So you have to be careful about that. And I actually don't want to stitch while at my grandparents'. I want to give them my full attention. So yeah, that's basically my life update. My grandpa is now 89, which is kind of old. And I'm super happy he made it to this age, and I hope for many more years to come. So yeah, we will see about that. For now, he made it to 89. And my mom said it was amazing. He had his problems with his health over the last few months, and my mom said it was amazing to see him on his birthday. He was so happy to be the center of attention, to actually be able to see everyone again, to actually be able to celebrate that his health improved from one day to another immensely. It's amazing. He loves to be the center of attention. And if that helps with his health, I'm happy to give that to him. So yeah, that's that. My life update. And now let's move to stitching. As I said, not a whole lot to show you, but I show you everything I did and everything I plan to stitch on this week. Basically the same projects I showed you last week, because as I said, I only stitched on 3 projects. So I decided to continue my rotation for a second week because, yeah, I basically did not stitch on a whole lot of those pieces. So let's first start with my daily piece, which is a project that got called for whip goal, and I have not finished my goal yet. And the project is 4 Seasons by Have Enough Designs. The artwork is by Jesse Gierke. I wanted to do at least 50 stitches every day. If I reach the 50 and still have thread on my needle that is in the 20 by 20 block that I'm presently stitching on, I continue with the thread until I can park it or pack it away. And if I then get more than 50 stitches, that's fine. If I'm at exactly 50 stitches, I put it away. If I'm at 49, I take another thread and stitch that one in as far as it goes. So yeah, that's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I show a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at. So first of all, the whole piece is over here, and this is where I stitched on. With 7 days, with 50 stitches, I would come to 350 stitches. But every day I do a little bit more because I rarely stop at exactly 50. So I actually finished one 20 by 20 block and moved into the next one and did quite a bit in here as well, up here in the pumpkin. And yeah, so I'm really happy with what I did. Did not expect to actually do that much. I was hoping to finish this 20 by 20 block, but actually doing that much into the next one, I did not expect that. But I'm happy about it. So this one is stitched on a 25 count even weave. I'm stitching 1/1 4 crosses, and the needleminder is from Denka Designs. And I bring this a little bit closer where I got to. In the next block, or in this block, there's actually the next of those lilac flowers. And then I move back into the summer part. So this is the spring part over here. This is the summer part. And with the next 20 by 20 block, I finish the spring and move completely into the summer. So yeah, that's, oops, sorry. That's that one. Yeah, really happy. A lot of parked threads, big piece. I'm now at 4.4% or something like that, so still a long way to go, and I'm not yet done with my yearly goal. I still have a little bit left to do. Got closer, but I still have, I think, about 2,000 stitches missing. So yeah, I'm happy to be able to stitch on this one some more, to get to the lilac flower, to move into summer, and then we'll see how far I can get with my, I think about 2,000 stitches missing, and we'll see how far that gets me on this piece. So really looking forward to stitching some more on that one, but not this week. Because this was my daily piece. I stitched on it daily and made good progress. So this is actually the only project I'm switching out of my rotation, and I have a new daily piece. I'll show you that last, because first of all are all the projects I showed you already last week. But let's move forward with the next project I actually stitched on. That was Mini Cinderella by Haven't Enough Designs. The artwork is by Alexandra Daw. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. I have no idea if you can see any difference. But this is actually my Tour de France challenge piece for the Full Coverage Fanatics Facebook group. They have a Tour de France challenge. Basically, you stitch along with the Tour de France as many kilometers as they drive on their bikes that day. You stitch crosses. So, for example, yesterday they drove 145 kilometers. So I stitched 145 stitches and then put my thread away, parked it. So the next challenge day I can continue. Today actually is a rest day, so I don't have to stitch on this one. But tomorrow I think they're doing 199 kilometers, something like that. So I have quite a bit to do tomorrow on this piece. And this one and the Four Seasons, so my daily piece, were actually the only ones I stitched on while at my family's. So my parents go to bed a little bit earlier than me. So in the evening I had about 1 or 2 hours where I then actually did all my stitching and then went to bed myself. And in the morning my parents get up a little bit earlier than me. But I enjoy sleeping a little bit later. So yeah, that worked out pretty good. And when I came up out of the basement, because I sleep in the guest room in the basement, when I came up, normally breakfast was ready, so that's kind of perfect. So yeah, what did I do on this piece? I only stitched in Krennic. It's called for is the Krennic number 4 braid in the color 032. I actually use the blending filament in the color 032 and 1 strand of B5200. So it's still sparkly, but it's not super sparkly. And I think I like it a little bit better. It's not super fun to stitch with the blending filament, but yeah, it works out. I did do a little bit more over here. I have no idea if you can actually see something. I did stitch a little bit more of the Krennic in here, and then I moved down here and started to fill in all of that with Krennic. So that's actually done. And now I've started up here to fill in everything between the 12 and the 1 with Krennic. So quite a bit to do. I have now less than 3,000 stitches of Krennic missing and only about 2,000 stitches for the challenge missing. So we're getting there. This one is stitched on a 28 count light blue even weave, 1/1 full crosses, needleminders from Denka Designs, and yeah, now you can see it a little bit better, I think. Up here, I stitched all of this Krennic in here, and everything that's filled in over there. So yeah, I'm now at more than 30% done on this piece, so that's really nice. Because if I finish all my goals on all my projects, this will be the project I plan to finish. I think the Stitch Coutiers, 4 Dutch stitches, one of them Gentina stitches, also here in Flosstube, and Jemima, the rocking stitcher, also here in Flosstube, and 2 others. I'm really sorry. I think one's called Debbie and the other Alice. I'm really sorry. I do not know exactly. I will link Jemima and Gentina below, and they talk about it in their videos normally. So if you want to find out, check out their videos. But yeah, they started a challenge or a hashtag, the Full Coverage Finish Challenge 2021. So basically finish 1 full coverage piece in 2021. And if I make it to that point, Mini Cinderella will be my piece. So we'll see about that. So quite some stitches to do. I think I have about 30,000 stitches left to do to actually finish Mini Cinderella. So we will see about that. But it would be really nice to actually finish her this year because I want to whip down. At the moment I'm at 18 whips. I really would like to get below 10. But I have 11 full coverage pieces and a lot of them are really huge. So we'll see about that. It will take some years before I actually get to that point. But it's the plan. Okay, last whip I actually worked on was my full coverage piece of the week. this week it was Colorado Mountains by Golden Kite. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. Basically, I started this column and I think I did about 100 stitches, and that's it. This one is stitched on 25 count, 2/110 stitch needleminder from Denka Designs. And yeah, as I said, not a whole lot. I started in the bottom of the column with on-bed parked threads and started to stitch those in. And yeah, that's it. I did not more than that. Better than nothing. Progress is progress, but not a whole lot. There's quite a few colors parked up here. So yeah, I will come back to this one this week. Oh, I forgot to say that with Mini Cinderella. Of course, I'm going to continue the challenge with Mini Cinderella. It runs through to the 18th of July, so 2 weeks missing. And of course, I'm going to continue with that. Yeah, and now I'm in my normal rotation. So this is the full coverage piece for last week and this week. Last week I did those 100 stitches. This week I really would like to finish the column if I have a whole lot of time left, which I honestly doubt. But if I do, it would be really nice to finish one more because that's a page finish. But yeah, to finish one column would be really nice. So we'll see about that. Here we go. This one is actually quite far along as well. I think I'm at 45% or something like that, 40 to 45. So that's really nice. But this one is actually not planned to finish this year. I decided to go with Mini Cinderella because I actually enjoy Colorado Mountains more than I do Mini Cinderella. Although Colorado Mountains is a paper chart and Mini Cinderella is a pattern keeper. But I think with Mini Cinderella, the Krennic is really not a lot of fun. So that's why I did challenge with the Krennic. The challenge, the full coverage fanatics to the Frost challenge, are over 3,400 stitches. That's a lot of stitches I can get done with the Krennic and then move on to the more fun colors. So yeah, that's kind of the reason I did the challenge. So yeah, that's kind of the reasoning, the planning behind. Yeah, that's that. Now, let's move to the project I planned to stitch on and never got to. My full coverage fancy lady for last week and again this week is Dragon Dancer by Having Enough Designs. The artwork is by Anne Stokes. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm up here in the boring background and I hope to be out of that kind of soon. But we'll see about that. I'll show you where I'm at the moment. So here we go. I'm presently stitching on this page down here. I think it cuts in through here. So I'm kind of close to page finish. I think I said that in my last video. But it would be really nice to actually finish the page. Last week that turned out great. So yeah, we'll see about that. Progress would be really nice. If I actually finish the page, that would be amazing. This one is stitched on a 32 count swaggered linen. I'm stitching 2/110 stitch. And yeah. It's actually the 5th page I'm already stitching on, and I think I'm also at around 4% because it's huge. So, yeah, Dragon Dancer. Not a whole lot to see because it's all blurry background at the moment. I'm still in the pinkish cherry blossoms, so not a whole lot to see on that one. Next is my non-full coverage fancy lady, which is last week and this week. Cinderella Rex Stitches by Joan Elliott. Basically, though, it's in this project in this pattern, there are actually 2 patterns: Cinderella in Rags and Cinderella in Riches, and you can combine those patterns, and that's what I'm doing. So that's basically what it's going to look like when it's done. It's a really small picture. So I show you where I'm at the moment. This is where I'm at. This one is stitched on 28 count casual linen by Pictures Plus in the colorway Fog. And yeah, I have a few parked threads for backstitching because as most Joan Elliott pieces, this has a lot of backstitching. I'm stitching 2 over 2 full crosses. Needleminder is from Denkai Designs, and yeah, that's where I'm at with her. This year I want to finish Cinderella and Rex, so the window is actually completely done already, so I'm going to continue on her from top to bottom. Highest up missing color will be stitched 1 length of thread, and then I move on to the next color. I think I will do some more in her arm over here and in her dress. So that's Cinderella. Ooh, just okay. I kind of snapped the needle off the needleminder with my nail, and luckily I found it. So yeah, this is Cinderella, Rex to Riches, and we'll see how far I can get on her. Would be nice to make some progress. Okay, then my non-full coverage piece for last week and this week, which is not a fancy lady. It is the Twisted Band Something by Northern Expressions Needleworks. That's what it's going to look like when it's done, and I'm presently in band number 9, and I actually want to finish until band number 12 this year, so we'll see how that works. But I'll show you where I'm at, and I told you that in my last video as well. I would really love to finish band number 9. We'll see about that. This one is stitched on a 32 count white opalescent linen 1 over 2 with the call for dinky dyes. There's a conversion for Aurora's Raw, 1 for dinky dyes and 1 for DMC given in the pattern. The needleminder is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and yeah, this is where I'm at. Really happy with this one. Would love to finish band number 9, because then next time I stitch on this one, I could actually start the next specialty stitches band, which is always fun. So yeah, that's the Twisted Band Sampler. And that's basically all the projects I showed you last week, and basically the rotation from last week. As I said, I'm going to switch out my daily piece. So I have a new daily piece for this week, and this week it's Story Keep the Fragments by Haven't Enough Designs. The artwork is by Melanie Dallin. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. I show you where I'm at with her, and she's also full coverage piece. So normally I would do 50 stitches a day. This is where she's at, but as I'm stitching this one in 10 by 10 blocks on the diagonal, I'm just going to do 1 10 by 10 block every day, which is 100 stitches, so a little bit more, but I'm fine with that, because at 100, as soon as I finish one block, I'm going to stop. With the other full coverage pieces I did, where I did those at least 50 stitches, I had some days over 100 stitches as well. So I think it's okay to do 100 stitches every day on this one. That brings me a bit further down in the diagonal. Not completing the diagonal still, but bringing me a little bit further down. With this one, I'm mostly in background. Last time I stitched on this one, I did a little bit of the crown in here. Those are pieces of the crown. But now the rest of the diagonal is just background, so kind of fast also. It's stitched on a 32 count light blue linen, 2 over 110 stitch. And the needleminder is from Denkai Designs. So I'm really, really looking forward to stitching some more on this one, because this year I want to do more than 9,000 stitches on this one, and I think I did 1,500 or something like that. So this one needs attention. Yeah, so 100 stitches on this one every day. Today is going to be the first day, and I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, that's Story Keep the Frog Prints. And then I have one more thing to show. It has something to do with cross stitching, so I thought I would leave it till the end, although it's kind of a life update. A few videos back, I think in March, I talked about it as well. I did a tablecloth, and I showed that in my video as well. I stitched it for my grandma and gave it to her for her birthday. For her 80th, I think it was. No, her 81st birthday. And she was super happy about it. She enjoyed it, and that was the time she told me she actually cross-stitched decades ago as well. And it was really nice to actually get to know that about my grandma. And now I drove down again, and it was the first time I saw my grandparents again after my birthday. And my grandma gifted me a tablecloth she cross-stitched. So basically, it's a huge tablecloth, so I'm not going to open it up. But it has those circular kind of Aida fabrics in this tablecloth. And over all of those, she stitched some flowers and roses. So that's super cool. And now we kind of exchanged tablecloths. So I really enjoyed that. I really like that. As I said, it's huge. It's a huge tablecloth. I'm not going to open it up. But it has all those roses, and they're all kind of different and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And I really enjoy that, to actually exchange cross-stitch pieces with my grandma. I'm probably never going to have this tablecloth on a table because it's just not my style. But it's so cool. I really enjoy that, and I will treasure this tablecloth probably till the end of my life. It's something like that is so amazing. And yeah, it will always remember me of my grandma. And that's amazing. I really like that. So yeah, that's that one. That's something I wanted to share, because I find it fantastic to exchange cross-stitch projects with my grandma, from whom I never knew she actually cross-stitched before. I only get to know that about 3 months ago. So yeah, that's amazing. Okay, that's actually everything I wanted to tell you and show you. I hope you still enjoyed it. I know it was kind of a lot of life update, this video. I normally do that as much, but there was just so much to tell, so I did. And it's my video. I can do whatever I want. So yeah, I hope you still enjoyed. I know it wasn't a whole lot of progress, but yeah, such weeks happen, and that's life. So I hope this week I actually can make a little bit more progress than last. Should be, but you never know. And yeah, as I said, hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you like. It helps with the YouTube algorithms and stuff. Actually, I have no idea about that. I just repeat what other Flosstubers say. Yeah, I'm always happy to read your comments. You have no idea how happy those make me. And I enjoy answering, although I'm really late with answering basically all the time. I really enjoy reading them, and I do like to answer. It's just I take my time. Yeah, that's it. Enough rambling. I hope you have a wonderful week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you next time. Bye.